What do you mean action, dear? I'm not finished being made up. I have to look beautiful. I'm on fresh. Stop it just for a minute, dear. Oh my goodness, I'm not really looking beautiful, dear. Oh, hello, everybody, dear. Well, we're here with David Howard, and he collects antique typewriters.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, David.
David, it's close, but my friends call me Martin Howard.
Who's David, dear?
David Gale, perhaps.
Yes, I love that
another
man.
well-known celebrity.
Yes, dear.
Yes.
You collect typewriters, dear, and you've been doing since you're that high. What made you, that high, dear? That high, dear?
I started collecting antique typewriters when I was 29.
2 years ago.
Oh, just about.
Yes, dear.
And I've been going for a good 20 years now.
Good for you, dear. Tell me, why did you start doing this? Your parents collected all kinds of paraphernalia when you were a child. Is that correct, dear?
They did. My parents
Yes.
love collecting old tools, farming implements,
Yes.
kitchen tools, all sorts of strange things. I enjoyed seeing my father restore these devices, and I really felt the desire to find something that I would collect in my late 20s.
Right. What would you tell me is your prized possession? Because you have so many here, dear. I can't believe how many you got. What's your most prized one?
My favorite is my first real special typewriter.
Your first love, dear.
My first love.
Yes, dear.
And it's called the Columbia II.
Yes.
And it's from 1885, and this example is in mint condition, probably the best example of its kind in the world, and it's a jewel.
Now, if I open up this cabinet here, oh, look at that, dear. Well, I see, it looks like a telephone, honey.
It really does, and the Lambert is one of the most unusual looking typewriters. It operates by pushing down on the disc, not rotating as you might imagine.
goodness,
so you go around and you push down one character at a time. Isn't that something?
Like, there's the Ford. Is that made by the people that made the Ford car, dear?
You would think so.
Ford is such a big name, dear.
Oh yes, but there's no connection with the Ford Motor Company. This typewriter was invented by Eugene Ford, and it's an extraordinary piece of machinery with this ornate grill, and yet with such a stylized,
Beautiful, dear.
integrated keyboard. These typewriters, like all the typewriters in my collection, are from the 1880s and 1890s.
Why did you choose that time period?
Those years are the wild west of typewriter designs.
Right.
It was a time when a standardized design had not emerged yet, so there were all sorts of incredible approaches to creating a typewriting machine.
Which was the most successful, the Underwood, dear?
The Underwood typewriter was the most popular typewriter in history. It sold exceptionally well. It came along in 1896, and within half a dozen years, it had dominated the market, and in fact, all typewriters from that point on would essentially look like an Underwood.
There's people out there and they go, my, that's fascinating. Granny has two in her attic, and they've been sitting there for 50 years. So what should they do?
At my website is my email and phone number, and I'd be happy to hear from anyone. I'm always happy to talk typewriters with people to answer any questions. My website is simply antiquetypewriters.com.
5 cents. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 cent hamburgers.
Ethel, are you losing your mind?
Well, I want them to get him.
1 cent hamburgers. I'd like 100 hamburgers.
Welcome. Today we're talking to a fan of mine, Richard DePlatt. Now, you are an artist, an actor, and a restaurateur, dear.
1 out of the 3, yeah.
Now, dear, you have a little wonderful place, and it's a hamburger joint. Right?
It is, in Cabbagetown.
Tell me, dear, what's the secret to making a good, delicious hamburger, dear?
You got to start with good quality meat, and we grind it ourselves, so we know we're getting a good product. We know it's coming from the same cow.
And you grind it, dear? Do you put a little bit of pork and a little bit of lamb or something like that, dear? Do you put other things in it?
Not in our beef burgers. There's no fillers. There's no other meat other than beef. And we do have a lamb burger, though, which has only lamb in it.
Yes.
And we have chicken burgers and veggie burgers, and we often run specials.
I beg your pardon, I was just looking at your eyes. I got carried away there. It got so warm in here. Anyways, dear, I want to end with a little saying, dear. Come to Ricky's for burgers. Wasn't that profound, dear?
Very profound.
Oh, dear.
Please do.
Please do. And you make them, and they're juicy, and they're warm, and they're tasty, and the burgers aren't bad either, dear.
What's the matter now?
How do they walk in these things, huh? How do they keep their balance?
Must be the way the weight is distributed. Now, come on.
It is so drafty. They must be catching cold all the time, huh?
Will you quit stalling? We're gonna miss the train.
I feel naked.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm Fanny Flapjack, and we're here at Take a Walk on the Wild Side. Oh, dear, with Patty Aldridge. I love the name, dear. Yes, hello, honey.
Fanny,
Yes.
I'm so pleased to be here with you.
Me too, dear. You mean take a walk on the wild side. What does that mean, dear? It means where men's fantasies become reality, dear.
Oh, it works both ways, too.
Yes.
Girls can be men, and men can be girls.
Dear, so this shop makes you feel more feminine or masculine. Is that correct, dear?
Yes, it does.
What makes a man want to dress like a woman? It's beyond my thought, dear.
I bet you there's lots and lots and lots of reasons.
And what are they, dear?
Who cares?
You just want to dress them up, don't you, dear?
I do. I stopped trying to ask them why. They do it.
What are the necessities when somebody wants to cross-dress? What's important, dear?
Well, I think first thing is the right frame of mind. Some people come in and they want to dress up, but you can tell that there's something in the background that's really bothering them. They feel guilty, or
dear.
they're afraid of getting caught.
Now, the men that come in, they need big shoes, honey. Shoes and panties and things. Do you supply all that, dear?
I do.
Oh, dear.
We have
Yes.
adjustable rings. We have
Rings.
clip-on earrings.
Yes.
We have gaffs, which
Yes.
hold you in. We have hip pads, which will push you out.
Yes.
We have breast forms,
yes.
all kinds.
Yes.
Dresses
Makeup.
made with extra long arms
yeah.
and
Oh, yes, yes.
extra short
Yes, dear.
for legs. We have all kinds of stockings,
Oh,
makeup to
yes.
hide your beard. Special wax to hide your eyebrows.
Oh, yes. Everything.
You name it.
What do they get from this experience being with you? Maybe it's a weekend or a night.
They all get something different. Depends on why they're doing it and who they are. Some of these men want to be women. Some of these men just want to escape for 3 or 4 hours. It's like going to a movie.
So your advice to people that are watching the show, they've always dreamed of being as beautiful as I am, dear. What should they do?
We have several ways for people to contact us. They can contact us by phone, 1-800-260-0102. They can contact us on the internet at wildside.org.
Oh, dear. Everybody's talking about me. I am fabulous, fabulous Fanny. And I want to give a little cooking hint for those people at home. It was brought to me by my dear dead grandmother. She said this: when you're cooking turkey, honey, get the turkey, put it in the pot and cook it. But what you do, dear, is you add 4 cups of orange juice and 4 cups of Coca-Cola. Oh my God, dear, it's the juiciest thing you've ever put your mouth on. It's succulent, it's so tasty. And all it is a little Coca-Cola and some orange juice, dear. That's a cooking hint from my grandmother.
My wife!
May all your futures be pleasant ones, not like our present ones. Drink l'chaim to life, l'chaim, l'chaim to life. It takes a wedding to make us say, let's live another day. Drink l'chaim to life.
Hello, dear. It's Fanny Flapjack here. And we're here at Akram Shop with my dear friend Chaim. Aren't you just lovely, dear? Tell me, what is Middle Eastern food? The world wants to know, dear.
Authentic Middle Eastern food like falafel.
Yes, falafel.
Hummus. Baba ganoush.
Baba ganoush.
Shish kebab.
Oh, I love shish kebab, honey. It's so good.
And we make a big variety of dip dishes.
Dishes?
Yes, dip dishes like we.
Dip.
Yes.
Like when you take a piece of falafel or
That's right,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
you dip,
the-
you
like-
dip
yeah,
it in.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, you are here in the heart of Kensington Market, dear. This is the international way to the world.
That's right.
Right.
Kensington Market is a very
Yes.
a very multicultural place.
Multicultural, dear.
It has 260 stores.
260 stores.
That's right. Each one present different kind of authentic food.
Yes. And what
Like,
kind of food are we talking about?
So we
dear?
have like Mexican here, and we have Slovenian, we have
Yes.
Chileno,
Oh,
the
the
El Jumbo
Chilean, he was
empanada.
very nice to me,
very,
dear.
Very
Yes.
nice people, yeah.
Yes. And you are a place that is nice and tasty, but reasonable, dear. Is that correct, dear?
Yes, we have $4.99 special.
Yes, dear.
You choose rice and salad with the chicken, beef, lamb, or vegan. And this is a very popular plate. Everybody want it because affordable and a very good quality.
What are these things?
This is
dear?
a new thing we start launching
Yes.
it. We call it Marty G's pies.
Marty G's pies. Isn't that lovely?
That's right. And it has 4 different flavors.
Yes, dear.
2 kind of chicken,
Yes.
1 beef, and 1 spinach with quinoa.
So they're it's like a little meat pie, dear.
That's right, like little meat pie, and we have a vegetarian.
And there's
one,
meat
which
in
is
the middle?
There is meat in the middle, yes.
Shouldn't do this on camera, dear, but well, I'll just have a little bite, maybe.
Okay.
Well, dear, we're at the end of this segment, dear, and you know what? You are fantastic, and you're great, and I love you to death. You're so cute, honey. And you know what, dear? I am fabulous. Fanny? Yes, dear? We had a great time. Give us a big hug. Oh, you're lovely, dear. You're so small. People often ask me, they say, Fanny, dear, how do you keep your beautiful complexion, your lovely, slender body, and your beautiful hair? Well, dear, it's all about vegetables. I eat at least 6 vegetables a day, and I love them, dear. I make a salad. I put them in a stir fry, and oh, dear, they're so tasty. So if you're feeling lonely or you're feeling hungry, dear, reach for a vegetable.
I don't care where I'm going, just as long as I'm with you. Put it there, pal. Put it there.
I saw Let's Face It. Yes, and I saw Dixie, too.
Big picture, huh? Put it there, pal. Put it there.
Today our guest is, it's a dear friend. I've known him for many years, and look at you, you're as healthy as a horse. Alvin Rosenzweig, he takes care of the poor. He's unbelievable. You have been on TV, you've been on radio, dear. Yes, how does it feel, honey?
It's great to be back with you, Fanny, and I've missed you very much, and I wonder, where have you been?
Well, I've been traveling the world, dear. I've had quite a few suitors, and they're always interested. They send me tickets, dear, and of course I go. Tell me, dear, about you give money to the poor, you help the homeless. Where does this come from, dear?
Of course, it comes from my heart and from my soul, and I was brought up in a way where, I was trained and educated that when people need help, that you reach out to them. And I know that you do a lot for the poor as well, don't you?
Dear,
Particularly a lot of very poor men that you've met.
Yes, I've met a lot of men, dear. Let's not say that on the camera here, honey. Some of them weren't so poor. Now, dear, you had Mia Farrow at one of your big events. What was it like? Oh, dear, I've watched her. I watched her in that movie, Rosemary's Baby. It was Rosemary's Baby, yes, dear? Yes.
You can imagine when you're working with a world-class figure like Mia Farrow, the energy that comes from that woman and what she has done for the world, just to realize that, really, it made me feel very inspired.
And we're going to end, dear. Food, laughter, people, helping the needy. It must give you a warm heart, dear, when you go to bed at night and you know you've done so much good. You're the son of a rabbi, and your heart is full of love, dear. Any words of suggestion to the people watching? How can they get in touch with their heart and their soul, dear?
Well, Fanny, that's an excellent question, and I think empathy is key. I think that empathy is something you can educate your children with or for, and ultimately become an individual who just cares more and more.
Dear, it's been a pleasure having you here, and I tell you, I feel a little warm after sitting next to you, honey. If you'd like to give me a hug, there's no charge this time.
There's no business like show business like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you open and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they hung a star. Let's go